Hello, my name is Tony Williams, and I put together this short movie just to recognize the work of Jean-Claude Bradley, an often collaborator of mine and somebody I knew for many years and thought of as a very good friend. How did I know JC, by the way? Put a face to the name. This is me up in the top right-hand corner. I knew JC as a student when I worked at Ottawa University and ran the NMR facility, and JC would bring me samples to analyze, and he was a standout in many ways. We would talk about very large, complex issues around chemistry and science. And that was well before, of course, the internet had the type of grab on our world as it has today. He was an idea guy, never short of things that he wanted to do and achieve. I found him very stimulating person to hang around with, and we spent a lot of time with spectral data spread out across the floor, working on analyzing data. I knew him as an open scientist, and we worked on a number of collaborations together. He was certainly a very vocal advocate for his students, and I came to know a number of them during the period that I worked with him. I found him a demanding and challenging collaborator. He would always ask uh, for things to be different, for things to be better, for things to be more open. And I very much enjoyed the stimulation of working with him. And he was certainly very humble, uh, totally driven, and a gentle, wonderful friend during the period I knew him. After Ottawa University, we actually didn't stay in touch, but we rediscovered each other through a project that I was working on called ChemSpider, one of the world's top chemistry websites, and he started to use it for some of the project work he was doing. And ChemSpider is something that we had that was acquired by the Royal Society of Chemistry and is still online today and tens of thousands of users a day. And JC started to work with it for a number of reasons, including using some of the data from the platform to develop a game with another of our colleagues, Andy Lang. SpectralGame.com has been used by tens of thousands of scientists, and it helps teach people NMR spectroscopy. And ChemSpider is the underpinnings in terms of the data. JC believed in high quality data. He was very demanding of his students to understand how to represent data in an electronic formats. I participated in a number of online presentations from my office in North Carolina to the students at Drexel University. He blogged about data. He worked very hard to make sure that data was as high quality as possible. And he really spent a lot of his own personal time in validating, checking data and getting his students to remeasure data where necessary. He certainly demanded openness of data. This was a critical underpinning to his science for the past few years. And the question is, do his efforts make a difference? Because what he did was release a lot of data to the public, and this is an example of the open melting point data set that he worked on with Andy Lang and myself. A very high quality data that was released, and it has been picked up and analyzed. In this case, this is an OChem, which is an online chemical database, an OChem modeling of the data. And Igor Tetko, who reviewed the data, says that it's the highest quality melting point data set he's ever seen. Other people have analyzed the data, including Alex Tropshire and Denis Fouché from UNC Chapel Hill. It's a wonderful data set, and we're presently writing this up as a publication, Andy and myself. JC also cared a lot about neglected disease research and worked in this particular area. Many of our conversations over the past 2-3 years were around better data sharing around this specific field of neglected disease research and how to help people share their data, manage their data in an open environment. I work in a number of distributed teams committed to open science, and we're certainly trying to help build platforms out that share data and make data open. One of the projects is called Open Facts. It is not a misspelling. Facts it stands for Pharmacological Concept Triple Space, which is a semantic web project. And it's underpinned by open source code, open data, and open standards. And this is absolutely going to change the way that data gets shared for chemistry and biology data from the public domain databases. Also involved in a project called Pharmacy to try and discover new antibiotics from under the ocean. JC was very, very interested in these projects and was very encouraging with the hope that there will be a change in how drug discovery happens over the years. To recognize JC's work, we had a memorial symposium in Cambridge in July of this year. It was very well attended, lots of participants from around the world. We had 38 people in the room. We had a whole series of some of the open science domains leaders and idea generators, thought leaders, some of the biggest names. We had a Twitter participation, and we're writing up a memorial issue right now in the Journal of Cheminformatics and Chemistry Central journals, for which JC was on the editorial board for both, and we're hoping to release this in December of this year. We're also going to have a memorial symposium, the ACS meeting in Boston in August of 2015. JC often said this: there are no facts, only measurements embedded within assumptions. He meant this specifically around data. But I have my own judgments, not facts, but these are judgments. I believe he was well ahead of the curve, and not everybody understood or supported his vision of open notebook science. However, his push for having this happen, I believe, will come of age and will impact science in a very big way. And I hope that his contributions early in this particular domain will be recognized forever. Many already miss him. Many of us already miss his drive and his presence in this domain. J.C. Bradley was a wonderful friend, a great scientist, and I believe a true innovator.